What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. In specific, welcome to all the new subscribers. Got like 30 new subscribers from yesterday's video, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today I want to talk about no fluff, all action. All right, we just had the Federal Open Markets Committee meeting. This is where they announced interest rate hikes, and they announced a 50 BPS or a 0.5 rate hike. And what we got from Zero Hedge right here, let me pull this up, is this is a new chart to me, so clarify if I'm saying something incorrect in the comments, but it forecasts basically where they want to see rates, okay? And it shows September versus December. So basically in 2023, next year, they see rates kind of ending anywhere between 5% and 5.75%. I believe rates right now are around 4.75%. So what we can deduce from that is in the next year, we'll start to see smaller and smaller hikes until we eventually get to this top around 6%. In 2025, in the long run, they say they want to get rates back down to 3%. I'm not sure how that will happen, but this was the breaking news. We had two big events this week. We had yesterday the CPI numbers, which the inflation, they're just totally lying to you. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, is a basket of different goods, and each good inside that basket has an assigned percentage weight. And think about oil, for example. Oil in the past 2 years, we saw massive inflation. Before they started putting these CPI numbers out, you know what they did? They made the percent weight on oil lesser than it was before. Why would they do that? To lessen the impact that oil has on the CPI. So they're tweaking stuff, they're pulling strings behind the curtain to make it seem like inflation isn't that bad. But when you have regular products doubling in price year over year, you can bet it's a lot worse than 7%. But we got the CPI numbers yesterday, and they were good. This inflation was lower than normal, which is total BS, but you know, perception is reality. And then today we had a lower rate hike than normal, only a 0.5 BPS hike. So you could see this bear market going on throughout 2023. I'm not saying we haven't bottomed yet. Maybe we have. But I think you're going to see a lot of crab sideways action. And $10,000 Bitcoin, which would be another 80% dip, or it's not 80%, sorry, 50% dip, is totally in the cards still. And I want to talk about another potential Black Swan event. Okay, great tweet here from Digital Asset Investor. If you guys use Twitter, give me a follow. Links in the video description below. And I also have a free Telegram chat group. So if you like talking about crypto and you like XRP, follow the free Telegram chat in the video description below. If CZ Binance had not announced that he was selling his FTX tokens, Gary Gensler would still be working hand in hand with Sam Bankman-Fried and his fraud machine to craft crypto regulations in the US. So Binance FUD aside, you got to tip your hat off to CZ Binance. We finally have SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, in handcuffs. And if that had never happened, Gary Gensler and him would still be working on how to craft crypto regulation just to favor the elites. And look at this clip right here. Kevin O'Leary, a guy who lost millions with FTX, a big angel investor, talking about Binance and why he believes Binance went down.
Why do you believe FTX failed?
I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. These two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grew these incredible businesses in terms of growth were at war with each other. And one put the other out of business intentionally. Now, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with love and war.
So he claims that CZ and Binance intentionally put SBF and FTX out of business. The thing that's ironic about this is this guy is extremely biased. Of course, as a human, all human beings are biased, but this guy is specifically biased because he invested tons of money in SBF. And Kevin O'Leary publicly has said since the FTX meltdown that he believes SBF did nothing wrong. Lost $10 billion of investor money. And the sad thing about that right now is that the authorities are trying to recover money from the accredited investors, the sophisticated equity partners. They're not trying to recover money for the random guy who lost his whole net worth of $100,000, which to the big players, $100K ain't shit. They wipe their butts with this. But to a regular crypto investor, some young guy who feels like a king because he just made $100,000, which in this day of age, man, $1 million is the new 100,000. People like that lost their whole net worth in FTX, and they're not even going back to get their money. It's disgusting. Another thing about Binance right here, sorry, I brought up the wrong window. Bitfinex, who exposed FTX a year before the meltdown. He's been exposing Tether for years. He basically is just some anonymous Twitter sleuth who has just called a lot of stuff that's happened. And he says, Binance now offering 50% APR on Tether. Binance appears to be desperately attempting to increase deposits. First cloud mining scams, now 50% APR rates on Tether. 50% APR on a stable coin. I could get a high interest rate on a very speculative meme coin or something with a lot of volatility. But with a coin that's a stable coin, there's zero risk for you and you could get 50% APR. Guys, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Keep in mind the Terra Luna meltdown. Terra Luna offered you 20% APY on UST, US Terra, their stable coin. 20% APY on a stable coin was crazy to many people because you can sell all your crypto, put it in a stable coin, and still get insane yields. Your bank account won't even give you 1%, and they're telling you they can get 50% APR. If it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And this is following what happened the past few days, guys. If you haven't been following it, Binance has seen billion-dollar withdrawals the past 3 or 4 days nonstop. And why is it not stopping? Because people are worried Binance is insolvent. They had a recent audit and the auditor wouldn't even approve their proof of reserves. So people are saying whether there's smoke, there's fire, and we'll just have to see what happens. I covered this in my last video, data from Santiment. Okay, this blue line right here shows XRP holders with a minimum of 1 million tokens, which would be like $400,000. So these are whales with at least 400K in just XRP. If they have 400K in just XRP, most likely that's not their full net worth. They most likely have other assets. And yes, there's a lot of fear in the streets. Yes, there's rumors that tomorrow could be a settlement. But don't listen to me on YouTube. I'm just some random guy who likes to share information. I look at people smarter than me. And not everyone that has a lot of money is smarter than me. Maybe they inherited it. But a lot of people, it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. You guys know when Terra Luna collapsed? There were smart crypto circles where people made 6, 7, 8 figures shorting Luna because people knew it was going to happen. I know from experience. When FTX collapsed, I had people telling me to short FTT at $18. You could have 15x'd your money in one trade. And it's not about being that analyst that knows everything. It's about being in the right circles with people with a lot of money because they tend to have more access to information than other people. All right. If you guys want $41 guaranteed, here's a great offer. Sign up with Webull, deposit just a penny, and just for depositing a penny, you can get up to $15,000 in free stock shares. Typically, though, you'll just get $40 to $300, but you're guaranteed $40 minimum value for signing up and depositing a penny. Not much is free, let alone money, but for depositing a penny, you can get potentially a few $100 in free stocks, but guaranteed $40. So link to that's in the video description below. Sign up and get your free stocks. As always, if you're still watching, comment millionaire below. That means you made it to the end of the video, and that supports the channel a lot. So thank you in advance if you're still listening, and subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a breaking news update. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.